What is going on, everybody? This is SERG, VICENTE, the host of the Fight Podcast. And we're doing something fun today, man. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of coffee and fight news. So we got to have a little bit of cup of coffee. And we're going to go ahead and spend a couple minutes to break down all the news and notes over the past week. I mean, weekend. And, there is absolutely some breaking news today that I have to talk about. And let's kick it off with that. Just announced this morning, Saturday, September 13th, live on Netflix, of all places. It is official. We are getting Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. This is arguably one of the most important fights in the last generation of boxing. Yeah, there have been some other big ones. Obviously, we had, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. We've had Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. We've had so many, but this is huge. This is a big, big deal to be able to have a big card rider season. This is not only see, they got us doing something out here working for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got this. Here, gotta get this camera right. All right. So for rider season, which is going to be really, really dope. This is actually going to be put on and promoted by not only obviously Turkey Al Sheikh and Sella, which is his promotional company. We also are going to go ahead and actually do, which is really, really interesting, TKO Group and Dana White. So for one moment in time, this seemed like this wasn't going to happen, but all in all, this is happening. It is moving forward. Look, for those who know me, I am not the biggest fan of Dana White and the UFC and what TKO Group has been doing. I think they have moved, again, politically, I think they moved a little messy recently, but a lot of people are going to look at it, their business, they're moving what benefits them as capitalists, which I totally understand. So, but in terms of a fan of combat sports, I love this. I love that a fight of this magnitude is going to bring boxing to the forefront, which absolutely I adore. And I have a lot of personal opinions on Dana White, but one thing I will never knock him on is his ability to promote a match. And something of this magnitude, I think he's going to do an incredible job. Now, June, it looks like June 20th, June 22nd, and June 27th is when they're actually going to go ahead and do all of the promotional, the press conference for this one. So that's going to be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on the 20th, New York City on the 22nd, and Vegas in the 27th. This is great. And here's the thing. I am not hating on this, obviously, because I live here in Los Angeles, but being the fact that this fight is going to be on, Mexican Independence Day, being the fact that Canelo Alvarez is arguably the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, there should be a press conference here in Los Angeles as well. In particular, because of everything that is currently going on right now politically here. And obviously we have the protests and everything that's going down the line with that one. The distraction of, Agent Orange being on the Epstein list. But I mean, that's neither here nor there, right? But I think it should be here. I think they should have and selfishly, I want a press conference to be here so I can be here bringing you guys the news and obviously everything there. But in terms of what it would mean for the community, galvanizing the community, having something as big like this coming to the city, I think that you guys have to bring it coast to coast. Yes, it's going to be in New York. Let's go ahead and bring it to LA as well. I think that's really, really important. But all in all, this fight is incredible. Not only is this fight incredible, but obviously because of the optics of it, we have two of the the best fighters of this generation going at it. But here's the real thing, right? Canelo Alvarez gets knocked because people are like, oh, he's not fighting a lot of people. He's not fighting the best of the best. We want him to fight, Benavidez, and we want to fight all these other individuals. And that's true. I want to see him fight Benavidez, and I want to see those things. But you can't knock how great this dude has been throughout his career. And in pound for pound, if you look at his resume, it is one of the best of all time. With that being said, if Terrence Crawford goes out here and actually defeats Canelo Alvarez, which a lot of people, including myself, are leaning towards at this present moment in time, you have to put Bud not only in one of the top, fighters of all time. He's a Hall of Famer regardless. Multiple time, undisputed champion in multiple weight classes, 140 as well as 147. This is a guy, if he goes out there and beats somebody like Canelo Alvarez, man, I think he's top 5 all time. And again, argue with your mama. I don't care that this is exactly how I feel, and that's what I'm saying it on. But all in all, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited that this is going to be on Netflix for all of us to see. Big deal. This fight is happening Saturday, September 13th. All right, moving right along. One thing that I really wasn't too excited to talk about, but I have to kind of talk about regardless. And it is the businessman, KEYSHAWN Davis, kind of being out of business. So, KEYSHAWN Davis, champion at 100, at lightweight 135, has all the motion. Everybody's looking at KEYSHAWN Davis. Everybody's loving everything that KEYSHAWN Davis has been doing, and I'm with you guys. I have been such a big fan. He's out of the, you're talking about Bud Crawford. He's out of that team. Bo Mack is his trainer, and he has been somebody that, silver medalist in the Olympics, all the talent in the world. He is putting Norfolk, Virginia, his hometown, on his back. He's getting held up by guys like Allen Iverson and Michael Vick. People love this dude. He is elevating his brothers, who are also boxers, and he is selling out, his hometown stadium. People are super excited. He is the main event. Leading up to this, he's calling out all kinds of people. He is a little bit more contentious, you could say, a little aggro, even. And then he goes out there for his first title defense. He misses weight. It's supposed to be against Edwin De Los Santos. He misses weight. All of us believe that the fight's going to continue and happen like it's scheduled. Fight falls through. Next thing you know, it's not happening at all. The fight's canceled. So now Abdullah Mason ends up getting Abdullah Mason was fighting against Nakatalia. So this dude is also very good. He's actually competed, obviously, against not only KEYSHAWN Davis, but also Shakur Stevenson. Both those guys beat him, but again, this dude is still solid. So unfortunately, that fight happens. Abdullah Mason's fight gets elevated, and KEYSHAWN Davis is still in the building. He's still in the building. One of his brothers gets a dub. His other brother loses. And then instead of congratulating his opponent, this dude goes out here and, from all the sources and everything, he went out here and jumped Buddy. Essentially, they took an L. They said, all right, well, it needs more than one of us. And they go out here and jump Buddy. Yo, I have not seen a faster fall from grace in the eyes of the public ever. Teofimo Lopez literally was just dropping the M-bomb left and right. Ryan Garcia dropped the M-bomb and was saying it was literally had a manic episode. And I still have not seen a moment or somebody have a fall from grace this quickly. It is absolutely crazy. And I'm disappointed. As a fan of KEYSHAWN Davis, I'm super disappointed. Can he come back? Absolutely. There's no doubt. Especially because of his style. He's somebody that has an incredible style, action-packed type of dude. So I absolutely see him coming back. But this is a bad look on his career. And realistically, if they want to see him kind of pushed out, it can actually happen. And which is even worse is this dude, everyone was super hyped because he went out there and essentially bullied or sunned Abdullah Mason prior to that. I don't think Abdullah was actually intimidated, but he's not used to the big stage. So he wasn't as quick with it or as witty in the moment. And he's not accustomed to people coming at him in that as aggressively or challenging him like that in a press conference. I think he'll be much better at that moving forward. But all of this happens and he ends up, not fighting and then having the stuff behind the scenes. It was a nasty look. I hate that this happened. I'm really disappointed in KEYSHAWN Davis. I hope he gets an opportunity moving forward. Speaking of somebody, Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason is taking all the momentum and all the motion that KEYSHAWN Davis had, and now it is Abdullah Mason's. Abdullah Mason got it all now. You got the juice now. He went out there and, like I said, Nakatani, he goes out there and finishes him gets a stoppage in the 6th round. This kid is incredible. Super sound, super defensively sound. He has grit. He has power in both hands. Dude's going to be a superstar. Keep watching Abdullah Mason. Speaking of superstars, also the person, in my opinion, who stole the weekend is one of my personal favorites right now is JUNTO Nakatani. Woo! Nakatani goes out there and defeats unifies the title beats another undefeated champion in Nishida for a Japan versus Japan, unification fight. And God, they went out there and banged it out. It was that sounds crazy, but they went out there and slugged it out. It was a really incredible fight. Nakatani goes out there and I'm talking about completely swells and closes Nishida's eyes. This fight was incredible. If you haven't had an opportunity to go check it out, you need to go check it out. But I'm telling you, that fight was awesome, and it sets up. Will we hopefully get the Nakatani versus Inoue fight? They said it will happen early next year. Let's keep our fingers crossed, because that fight is going to be, I'll be honest with you, it is going to be this era's version, obviously smaller guys, but I can see it being a Tommy Hearns esque fight. So Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard type fight stylistically, and I think you guys are going to love that. All right, and last but certainly not least today, let's talk about UFC 316. Merab defends his title against Sean O'Malley. Kayla Harrison go ahead and just completely runs through and beats Juliana Pena. Great performances on both of them. My beef with UFC at this point in time, it's the worst thing to watch. Yes, the top two events were fantastic. Those matches were matchups that we wanted to see. The rest of the card was boo-boo. And that's how the only way I could explain it, man. The card wasn't great. And not only was the card itself not great, they parade Agent Orange out there, Donald Trump, they parade him out there every pay-per-view. You can't get away with it. How are you arguing and saying that you're not political, but you sit out here and you parade this dude out here? And in terms of the fighters, I swear to God, you guys have Stockholm syndrome or something, because every person that goes out there, they do everything they can to fillet Donald Trump the best they possibly can to get his good favor. Like, what are you guys doing? It is despicable to watch, especially knowing what this dude is doing on a global scale, and especially doing what he's doing here. I can't stand it. I can't stand how the UFC is being currently run at this present moment in time. I can't stand how the fighters are reacting to it. And most importantly, the fights aren't good. The fights have been bad, man. So all in all, the fight weekend was great. UFC fight kind of booty, in my personal opinion. But Merab did his thing, proves once again why he's so incredible. And then salute to Kayla Harrison, whom, I'll be honest with you, has earned this spot, worked her way up, multiple time gold medalist, PFL champion multiple times, and now she's in the UFC being the champion. Salute to her and everybody else involved. With that being said, that's about all the time we have. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Check us out here at the Fight Podcast for more news and notes. Follow us everywhere in all streaming platforms. That's what we're here for. Love y'all. I will see y'all next time right here on the Fight Podcast. Peace.